Yes, yes. We are celebrating our 10-year anniversary. Super excited about it. Come on in, guys. This is my attempt to celebrate with you guys. Today is the actual date, October 14th, and I'm super excited about this journey. So I'll wait just another moment or so for some folks to come on live before I get started. Yes. I don't foresee this being super long, but I did want to get on and celebrate just me and you, just me and you guys. So I guess I could go ahead and get started, and for those who are watching on the replay, let me know in the chat. But guys, this is Megan Pinkney, founder and CEO of Joseph's Ministry LLC, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming along this journey with me and my team over the last 10 years. It has been fun. It has been ups and downs. It has been a lot of lessons learned, but I'm so grateful for it all because it made me a better person personally. Not just a better businesswoman, but a better person. So I wanted to come on live today. Want to answer some questions that you guys may have about being in business for 10 years. I think I've learned a couple of things, not an expert by far, but I can share some of the wisdom that I have learned, but also to share some announcements with you guys. I have some cool things to share. I have some trivia winners to announce as well. We've been doing some trivia along the way for the last month or so. So I want to announce the winner of those. I want to announce some cool things that we're going to be offering here at Joseph's Ministry. So I wanted to just kind of give some tidbits, some wisdom that I've learned over the last 10 years in business. Um, so 10 years, I've said this in other interviews over the last month or so, as we've interviewed previous and current clients that, it wasn't a start where I was just so confident in, myself and confident in the business and knowing how to do everything. That was not my story. Over the last 10 years, I do have to stop before I dive into the story and give God all the glory for us getting this far. This was definitely his business. And I definitely cannot take any credit for anything that has happened in this business. So I thank God for everything. I give him all the glory, honor, and the praise first off. Then I thank my team, those who have been with me as far as at the beginning. Shout out to those who started with me, those who are with us now. One thing that I have learned with anything, especially with walking in purpose, and anything in business, you cannot do it alone. So you cannot do it alone. So you have to have people with you along the journey to help you get to the next level. So the purpose of Joseph's Ministry is to help individuals and businesses get to their next level. But we need people to help us help you get to your next level. So shout out to my team, some who are watching. And I thank you. I thank you publicly. Because we cannot do it alone. And I never want to sit here and take credit for anything because I'm not that smart. I can't do everything. I don't know how to do everything. So it is always wise to surround yourself with people who know how to do things better than you. So my goal and my heart is to never to want to draw attention to me personally, but also never to say that I've done everything, because that's not the case. But some of the things that I've learned over the years, I have written some things down. I mentioned this in an interview that I had last week. I mentioned and I referenced a scripture referring to building anything that you have to build. And it's actually coming from First Corinthians chapter 3, starting at this will help some people, those who are on their entrepreneur journey, like I am still. But this is something that I've learned, and I didn't know this, but I know it now, so I want to share with you guys. So that's First Corinthians chapter 3, starting at verse 10. And it says, according to the grace of God given to me, like a skilled master builder, I laid a foundation, and someone else is building upon it. Let each one take care how he builds upon it. For no one can lay a foundation other than that which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Now, if anyone builds on the foundation with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, straw, each one's work will become manifest, for the day will disclose it, because it will be revealed or tested by fire, and the fire will test what sort of work each one has done. So I said all that to say, with the scripture and what I have learned, be careful how you build. Everybody is building a business. Everybody wants to start whatever type of business, which I think that's awesome. But be careful how you build, because at some point along your journey, it will get tested, and it will get tested by fire. And as you know, in life, fire burns things up. So if your systems are not good, if your intentions are not pure, or if your motives are not on point, it will be reflected. It will be tested. Something will happen, something will be exposed, something, and it's not all bad, but you'll know when you hit that test. Within these last 10 years, we have definitely been tested. But I thank God that even through the fire, we still stand stronger than ever. But I say that humbly, because you need to be careful how you build, how you treat people, how you offer your services, whatever is always wise to be careful how you're building it. For Joseph's ministry, I tell people, and I'm not ashamed to say this, I literally got the idea to start Joseph's ministry when I was praying. It was like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I heard the Holy Spirit said, start a company. Not that deep, but that's what I heard. So the foundation was so I thank God for that, because that's what we've been building upon, just the word of God. And I've done my best to always consult with God along the way. I always tell people that although on the website, or I've said it verbally, that I'm the CEO, but I'm actually the COO, the Chief Operating Officer. I make sure stuff gets done, but I am by no means the boss of this company. So be careful how you build, because the test is coming. Also, along this journey, I have definitely taken some note of things when the fire does come. I took some note. This is several years ago, not knowing that I was in the fire until after it was done. I took some notes, just tips, as I'm growing in my leadership in the company and just being an entrepreneur overall. I just want to share with you guys some tips that I've learned over the years as far as being a leader, because we talk about building a business, but you're actually becoming a leader. because again, we can't do it by ourselves. So people are following you. So you're having to lead, building yourself as a leader. So one of the points is always be kind. That may sound very simple, but that's something that I've learned over the years. Again, I said it before and I'll say it again. When I first started, I didn't have all of the confidence in the world as a business owner and as a businesswoman. I mean, it was so bad to the point where, I didn't really want to like talk on the phone with my clients. Like I wanted to do everything over email. And that sounds very silly, but it was the truth. I did not want to talk on the phone with anybody. But I was like, just email me. Obviously I learned really quickly that's not going to happen. But as I begin to have conversations with my clients and learn different people that I didn't know, I've learned to always be kind. Now, that's something that you can control going out to other people. You cannot control somebody else being kind to you. Okay. So be mindful of that as you're building your business, because even though I am the owner, it also reflects on who I am. So you want to make sure that you interact with people and always be kind to people. And these are just wise leadership tips that I've written just in my personal journey, being entrepreneur over the last 10 years. Again, I didn't have a business coach when I first started in business. I didn't have anybody to come and take my hand and come with me and tell me, Megan, don't do that. Yeah, you can do it. Pat me on the back and have this personal cheerleading squad behind me along the way. I didn't have it and I still don't have it. But I do want to give back to you guys some things that I've learned, and sometimes the hard way. So again, always be kind to people. Okay. Even if it's out of your comfort zone, you always want to be kind. Second tip that I want to share is always keep your hands clean. So what does that mean? Always have integrity as a leader. Notice I did not say be perfect, but keep your hands clean. So when you're in business, people do deals underneath the table and they are having, going around the laws and all this stuff. No, make sure you keep your hands clean because this stuff always comes back. It may not come back tomorrow. It may not come back the next day, but it will come back to hunt you. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything decent and in order. So again, as a leader, you want to make sure that you're building the rapport with people and that people can trust you with their projects. People can trust you with their information. People can trust you with whatever project they come with you, come to you with. They can say, you know what, this is, if we work with Joseph's ministry, we're in good hands, right? Again, not perfect, but you want to make sure that whatever you do, you keep your hands clean with everything. Okay. The next tip is don't resist or run away from the pressure. Pressure will definitely come along your journey. So don't be afraid of it. Actually lean into it. Again, like I said, whatever you're building, there's going to be a testing and it's going to be tested with fire. And that's going to bring pressure. When pressure comes, you will learn a lot about yourself. I don't know if you guys have ever been in situations where the heat was turned up in life and life was lifing for real. And you find a lot about yourself during those moments. It's no different when you're in business. But this time there's people following you. There's a team of people that's with you. So you want to make sure that you don't resist the pressure, but you lean into it and you kind of assess the situation. So it's like, okay, what's going on? Do I need to upgrade a system? Do I need to add more people to my team? Do I need to add additional services? Whatever it may look like for your business, you want to make sure that you don't run away from the pressure because it's just an indicator. Okay. You just want to pay attention to what it's telling you. Okay. So one thing that I've learned personally over these last 10 years in business, I think I've learned more about myself and I've grown more personally than I have just in business wise. Obviously, we have grown with clientele from day one, but still as a person. And I can tell you, as I get better as a person personally, the business gets better. How we do things gets better. We've had clients along the journey tell us, like, man, you know, you guys made me feel like I was your only client. Now, that was not the case. Okay. But the fact that they said that, multiple people have said that, you guys made me feel like I was the only client. And that's something special. And that's what we want people to have, that personal touch. And that's what people remember. People remember how you made them feel, right? So as a business woman, as a business entrepreneur, you want to make sure you're mindful of that, how you treat people. Don't want to run away from the pressure, but lean into it. Pressure could be you have so many clients that you don't even have the capacity to fulfill all the orders in time. That's pressure. What do you do? Do you outsource? Do you turn people away? Do you take them and then you just kind of extend the deadline? All these things are pressures. Pressures is not necessarily a bad thing, but pressure is pressure. So you want to make sure that you identify just what to do in those times. Don't freak out. Don't run underneath your bed and just turn out the lights, right? You still have to deal with it, but that's something that you can expect as well. Some people don't know, even for the last 10 years since I've been in business, I have worked a full-time job. I have never not worked a full-time job with Joseph's ministry. So I have been lucky enough to be able to balance a lot of things, but thank God for my team. But a lot of entrepreneurs, that's what they do full time. So I haven't done that, but the principles stay the same. So if clients can say, you made me feel like I was your only client while I'm working full time, still in school, and my team as well, to me, that's saying something. We're building well. Okay. So to me, it's not about just saying, I'm an entrepreneur full time. For me, I just want to give back to help people get to that next level. So what does that look like? Now, I have taken calls on my lunch break, in different situations, but that's not the norm. All of our meetings are in the afternoons. All of our author interviews or business interviews are in the afternoon. So you have to work around it. You have to work based on your schedule. And that's okay because it works for Joseph's ministry. But not only does Joseph's ministry, offer these wonderful services like book publishing, website design services, and business startup, we also have a grant foundation. So everything that comes in as far as financial, we pay my team, we pay myself, we also give back to the community. And I think that's so unique and so cool, a very unique aspect within Joseph's ministry, because you don't see a lot of for-profit companies doing that intentionally. You may ask, Walmart for donations and things like that, but we're doing it on purpose. We want to give back, not to get anything from people, but just to give back to nonprofits to help them. Again, what is our mission? To help them move forward to their next level. So we're not asking anything from people, but that's just the heart of Joseph's ministry. And again, be careful how you build. That's not a requirement, but that's something that Joseph's ministry does, and that's what we stand by. The last tip I want to mention is to respond and not react as a leader. That's something that I've learned over these last 10 years within Joseph's ministry, to respond and not react. That is very difficult. And that's something that I have to consciously think about. I got to be honest, every day has not been like walking through the rose, meadow, and just everything is just wonderful. And every client is just a breath of fresh air. That has not been the case. But again, as a leader, people are coming to you for assistance, for some type of service. So when you get people on the phone or via email, you're getting their day. you're getting their situation, whether you realize it or not. Whether they had a good day, whether they had a bad day, you're gonna get it on the phone. So it's not personal. So you can't just react and thinking, oh, she had an attitude with me. Well, she probably wasn't even thinking about you. She was just, had a bad day, and you was just on the other end of the phone call. So we have to learn to have that customer service type attitude as well, but learning to respond and not react. That is something that I wish someone told me that a long, long, long time ago. And again, because every situation, every client, and every case is not going to be pleasant or equal or anything like that. And life is life. So we have to make sure that we are, again, being kind to people always, because you never know who knows who. You never know. We've had clients that are repeat, and we have clients that have told the whole world about Joseph's ministry, and they have become clients. So, because why? Because we were kind and we did the job in excellence to the best of our ability. Not trying to be perfect, but just helping people along their journey. So it's always, it's an interesting cycle, but it's been very fun. It's been very unique. I never would have thought when I started the company, I didn't think, oh, 10 years from now, we're going to celebrate. And that's what I would tell individuals as well. Just take it one day at a time. There's so much content out there, and that, people want you to scale your businesses, and that's great. Do what you need to do for your business. But for us right now, I'm super proud where we have come. I'm super proud for where we're going. So with that being said, I wanted to announce a couple of things. If you guys have any questions, I see some people making some comments in the chat. Thank you for that. And thank you guys for watching online. If you have any questions, just put them there. I'll be watching to get those answered. But I did want to make a couple of announcements. Like I said, we had a couple of trivia questions that we posted on our page for the last several weeks leading up to today, with just some information about Joseph's ministry, just to test your knowledge. And it was just for fun. So nothing serious, but we did want to announce the winners of those trivia questions. So it was 3 individuals, and the prizes are that we're going to give or offer these individuals 10% in lieu of our 10-year anniversary, 10% off of all of our services, whatever they choose to select. So we'll be reaching out to these individuals. So we have Miss Toya Forbes. She has been a winner of our trivia. We have Miss Diane Stallings as well. Thank you. Thank you. And we did interview both of these ladies as well. And we have Miss LaRonda Muse. So we want to congratulate them and thank them for in our trivia for this year, for this anniversary. So we'll be reaching out to them as well. Also, anniversary, we want to announce something that we're offering, a new service as far as book publishing, as it relates to book publishing. So over the last several, we have been working and talking to different people about publishing and making it easier for people to actually get their books out in a more cost-effective way. So we're going to be offering, and it's going to be available starting by the end of this month, available. It's like a do-it-yourself book publishing package, okay? So that's going to be all inclusive. This is where you go. This is everything that you need to know to do it yourself book publishing. So that is super exciting because this, we talk to so many people, and some people it's like, hey, I think I can do this myself. And that's totally fine because that's where I started. So we want to help, but we want to help you with that because there's again some things that I've learned along my journey that I still want to be able to give to you, even if you do it yourself. So we're going to be offering this do-it-yourself package as well as an intermediate book publishing package. So it is the do-it-yourself package along with more one-on-one calls with myself and my team along the journey. So we have a do-it-yourself package and an intermediate package. So you still kind of get that interaction, but it is totally in your hands and you get to self-pace and however you choose to do that. So I'm super excited to announce that. And again, it'll be fully available, fully launched before the end of this month. But that's something that we wanted to announce and roll out during our anniversary month, because I think it will definitely be a game changer for not only for us but for our clients. And again, it's just a cost effective way for people to get their books published. So I'm super excited about that. And one of the last things I wanted to announce is our grant award winner for our Q3 of this year. So every quarter we give away a grant financial award to nonprofits, and we haven't announced it just yet. But I wanted to announce it while I was going live because I think it's very special. And we may do a video afterwards announcing it as well, of course. But so our grant, Q3 grant award, we're going to award it to Jacob's Bridge to Learning right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma with Miss Sandia Bell. This is going to go towards their fundraiser for this year. So congratulations, Miss Sandia Bell, for our Q3 grant award recipient. Again, we'll post and we'll do a short video with Sandia later, but I did want to announce that as well. So I'll give you more information about the fundraiser, where you can reach out to her and things like that. But again, I didn't want to stay too long, but I did want to um, come on here, and I hopefully this was informative as well as encouraging as I provided some tips along my journey and just and to help you guys. It's super humbling, to be honest, to be able to be in this position for the last 10 years to help people, just help people in the way that we've been able to help people. There was not a part of my journey that I dreamed of or prayed for or anything like that, but obviously God has trusted us with this particular mission, and we're going to do it until he says otherwise. So thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for your support. Thank you for my team. I look forward to the next several years with you guys. But if you don't have any questions, that's all I had today. But again, this is just a celebration and this is just for fun. So if you haven't done anything fun today for yourself, go out and do something. It's not too late in the day. Go out, have fun, enjoy life. We have breath in our body. So we want to make sure that we have that balance and we just enjoy the life that God has given us, and help somebody else, encourage somebody else, and do something for somebody else. But I thank you guys for joining in today, and I hope to talk to you later. So I hope you guys have a good day. Talk to you later. Thank you again. Bye-bye.